Fun and excitement of the big game with the added element of introducing some of the great young stars to the league's fans.
This really has become one of the signature events of All-Star Week. I know you love it, Greg. It gets everyone into the mood for all the festivities that are soon to come.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's such a great way for these young players to show off some of the fancy moves that they wouldn't even dare to attempt in a regular season game.
You've got Morant. Porter is out there with Eric Pascal. Then it's Zion Williamson. And it's Hero into the shooting guard position. Now Hachimura. After Zion Williamson missed from long range. Dort passes to Hachimura. Clark kicks to Hachimura. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Dort, guarded by Porter. Here's Melly, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for USA.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw, no good.
And for me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
P.J. Washington, he's checked in for Eric Pascal. He's off on the second.
And, you know, the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full-force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
And it's just something about the Rising Stars Challenge. It gives each of these young players a chance to really do something special on a national stage, maybe for the first time in their professional career. And we haven't seen very much of him in the regular season yet, but there's no question he's got a very bright future ahead of him.
I agree with all of that. Even with limited playing time, his talent has been evident, and that talent is strong enough to have earned him a spot in this game. And that says a lot considering he doesn't play a bunch for his team.
And out of bounds as Team World gains possession. You brought up the big stage these young guys are on tonight. For so many of the fans, Greg, who are still, just getting familiar with these players, it really is a great welcome to the NBA moment.
It really is a showcase. And for each player, whether they have great moments or not, just being chosen to participate is a huge honor. And it says a lot about where they stand amongst their peers.
And it's good, 2 points.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Pass to Washington. Morant outside. Here's Williamson. Rebound by Team World. Here's Gutteridge. Ja Morant grabs the rebound. Passes to Washington. Back to Morant. Pass to Washington. Williamson, the pass to Washington. Rebound by Team World. Gutteridge has got his 4th rebound in this one. The pass to Dort. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. For 3. It's hauled in by USA. Washington's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here. Oh, what a dunk!
night, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
To the left side wing. Here's Dort. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Greg, after we saw top prospects like LaMelo Ball and R.J. Hampton playing a year in Australia, the NBA G League sweetened the deal to attract those blue chippers to this G League, which I think is a very interesting topic and a very interesting way to go.
It is. You know, I think the salaries now could exceed $500,000, not to mention the endorsement deals, and they're on a single team that's built around their needs. Certainly an enticing option for those who want to skip the college route.
Does this affect colleges, in your opinion, in their recruiting?
Not at all. You're going to love your school no matter who plays for them, especially if you're winning.
Here's Williamson. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Williamson's got 27.
And some players in the Rising Stars Challenge aren't especially well known yet, but this young man is someone we've already become very familiar with.
It has not taken him long to really establish himself in the league. I mean, he's been logging a ton of minutes.
Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
Pass to Williamson. Fades and shoots. Another shot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school, and that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
Shooting two.
First free throw is good. Clark, a simple way to let the players be heard were the phrases they had on the backs of their jerseys in the Orlando bubble.
Yeah, I love the creativity of that, Kevin. Again, players being proactive and desiring to use the platform they've been given through basketball and their particular brands to speak to issues that resonate with them, issues of inequality and racial injustice, and to do so in a way that was unique and yet appropriate, I think is a win-win. I really do. Now, the conversation and slogans are important as a part of agitation, but now it's a matter of targeted, strategic action that can be carried out, not just by players in the league, but by all of us in our own circles of influence to effectuate change and make our world a bit better than we found it.
Porter. It's not going to go for him. Here's Dort. Passes it to Alexander Walker. To the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. That one on Porter.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
USA leading by 21. And here's Morant. Pass to Williamson. The kick out to Porter. Morant outside. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. And that'll be two free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that? Or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kevin, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree. Back to Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
And you got to appreciate the fearlessness with which he plays. Zion's ability to shoulder the offense at this stage of his career is incredible.
Hachimura, the pass to Alexander Walker. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And now USA on the plate. Morant with the ball.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Zion Williamson.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
So much great young talent on the floor, but he stole the show with the display he put on. The pass to Alexander Walker. Hachimura with a screen on White. Here's Alexander Walker. Porter pulls it in.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Alexander Walker passes to Melly. And with the frequency of three-point shots skyrocketing, Greg, does the drastic change concern you? And should something be done to lessen the dependence these teams have on threes?
It's crazy. I mean, we're starting to see teams take more threes than twos. You know, some have said maybe limit fouls on three-pointers to only 2 free throws. That might eliminate some of the flopping on those long-range attempts, but I really feel like this is the evolution of the game, and that 3 is going to be vital.
And USA making a change here. Johnson's checked in. And the free throw, no good. Greg, last season was kind of a rough one, very turbulent for the NBA. The China controversy, the passing of David Stern, Kobe Bryant, and finally the COVID pandemic. Other than that, it was kind of uneventful.
Yeah, I mean, an incredibly tough year. And,
wow.
You know, you just go back to March, and who would have ever thought we would go through what we went through? And you talked about all the other issues, David Stern and Kobe both passing. You know, I'm just hopeful we get a return to normality, because that sounds pretty good right about now.
It sure does. Bruno Fernando's checked in for Team World. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
To the middle, here's Johnson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Medu, covered by Williamson. Medu passes to Gutteridge. 5 to shoot. And it's Williamson with the rebound. Williamson's got 11 rebounds in the game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Alexander Walker. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the games, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there, I agree.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Pass to Hachimura. Good ball movement here by Team World. Passes it to Gutterich. Jacks up a three. No good on the shot. So USA will take it the other way.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
White inside, and so it looks like it's still USA's ball. And USA making a change here. Johnson's checked in. So it's USA now. Porter looking it over. 6 on the shot clock. And White kicks to Williamson. And so it looks like it's still USA's ball. Porter against Hachimura. Just 5 on the clock. Here's White. Rebound by Team World. 1:56 left to play here in the fourth. Alexander Walker passes to Fernando. He gets that one.
Boy, he's playing out of his head, nailing everything. And the defense is scrambling to try to stop him right now, and so far, no go.
White with it. Pass to Porter. And Clark, because of COVID, the timeline for this season has been altered. Are you ready for more summer basketball?
And I tell you what, Kevin, I'm not sure. I've always been a proponent of the season being shorter at the NBA level. I know it's impossible. The toothpaste is out of the tube in terms of obligations on the media front. But I think the league would be better served starting a little bit later, ending sooner. If summer basketball has to happen at the NBA level, I would hope it's the last time we have to do deep summer basketball. I think it's more of a winter sport that trickles into the late spring versus being a summer game at the pro level.
Outside White. Can they get it? Fernando pulls it in. On offense, here's Team World. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the paint. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
Outside Porter. The shot, no good. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Fernando. Lays it up and banks it in.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
Outside White. USA leads by 18. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment.